Saving money should be straightforward. You earn a paycheck, you set some aside, and over time it accumulates. Simple math, right? But for most people, that never happens. They try to save. They have good intentions. They might even succeed for a month or two. And then something happens. An unexpected bill, a necessary purchase, and the savings are gone. After this cycle repeats a few times, saving starts to feel impossible, like it's something only other people can do. People with higher salaries, people without debt, people who somehow have their lives more together. But here's the truth. If you're struggling to save money, it's probably not because you lack discipline or willpower. It's not because you're bad with money. In most cases, there are real, concrete financial barriers making it nearly impossible to save, especially when money is already tight. This video breaks down the actual reasons why saving fails. Let's get into it. Reason 1. Missing knowledge, tools, and habits. Financial literacy is rarely taught in schools anymore. Most people were never taught how to manage money. People graduate without understanding budgeting, compound interest, or how retirement accounts work. People are now expected to figure it out on their own. And when you don't understand the fundamentals, how credit works, how to evaluate loan terms, how to compare financial products, it's easy to make expensive mistakes. Concepts like 401s, Ks, IRAs, HSAs, and tax-advantaged accounts are confusing without education. Many people don't take advantage of employer matches or tax benefits simply because they don't understand how they work or why they matter. This knowledge gap costs people thousands of dollars over their lifetimes in lost opportunities, higher interest payments, and suboptimal financial decisions. People don't know better options exist, like where you keep money. Many people use basic checking accounts earning 0% interest. High-yield savings accounts pay 4% or more. On $5,000, that's the difference between earning nothing and $200 yearly. Over time, that compounds significantly. Automation matters too. Experts recommend automatic transfers from checking to savings every payday. The money moves before you can spend it, but most people save manually, relying on willpower to remember each month. When life gets busy or money feels tight, they skip it. People underestimate small amounts, but these small amounts build habits. They create momentum and they prove saving is possible. But you can't scale up what you never started. The barrier of perfection also stops people from starting at all. They wait for that perfect amount, that perfect time, and save nothing. Reason 2. Life is unstable when you're broke. Even when people manage to save, life disrupts progress. You save $1,000, it feels like progress. Then you get an emergency and the money you worked months to accumulate vanishes in a day. For people without a financial cushion, these aren't rare events, they're regular. 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. That's not irresponsibility. That's no margin. Then there are major shocks like job loss. If you don't have a substantial emergency fund, which most people don't, you drain whatever you built or go into debt, putting you in a worse position than before you started. When progress gets repeatedly erased, saving feels pointless. You need savings to handle emergencies, but emergencies prevent you from building savings. It's a catch-22. Add variable income, gig workers, freelancers, commission-based jobs, and consistent saving becomes nearly impossible. One month you earn $3,000, the next $1,800. How do you commit to a fixed savings amount when income is unpredictable? Even if your income is stable, if your expenses are rising faster than your pay, the gap for savings shrinks or disappears entirely. Reason 3. No system means no savings. Even when people have some money left over, structural issues, missing systems, lack of planning, poor timing, sabotage their efforts. Most people operate on hope, earn money, pay bills, spend on necessities, and save whatever's left. Without a budget, you don't know where money goes. Saving is treated as optional, something you'll do if there's money left over. People who track their spending are more aware of where money goes and are better able to identify areas to cut back. But tracking requires effort. And when you're already stretched thin mentally and financially, adding another task feels impossible. Goals matter too. I should save more isn't a goal, it's a vague intention. Compare that to, I'm saving $5,000 for an emergency fund by December, which is $417 monthly. Specific targets create accountability. Timing kills savings. People wait for the perfect moment. I'll save when I make more money. I'll save after I pay off this debt. But that moment never comes. Life doesn't pause. Without a budget, clear goals, and the discipline to start now, saving requires constant willpower, and willpower fails. When goals aren't clear, it's easy to let savings slide. There's no measurement, no milestone, Just a vague sense that you should be doing better, which leads to guilt but not action.
Reason 4. Popular advice and challenges fail. People turn to savings challenges for help. No eating out for 90 days. Save $1,000 in 30 days. They sound motivating, but they fail. These challenges are too rigid. You commit to no restaurant meals for 3 months. You do great for 3 weeks. Then life happens. You grab breakfast running late, and suddenly the challenge is broken. Instead of continuing, people give up entirely. All or nothing framing creates binary outcomes, perfect success or total failure. They also ignore individual circumstances. Someone earning $80,000 can skip eating out easily. Someone earning $35,000 with 2 jobs and kids might rely on occasional fast food because there's no time to cook. One-size-fits-all advice doesn't account for your income, expenses, or life situation. Viral trends are worse. The 52-week money challenge, the envelope method, the penny challenge. They get attention because they're simple and sound fun. They're easy to start, which is part of their appeal, but they're just as easy to quit. When the novelty wears off, people stop, and they're back where they started. Most of these trends don't address the actual financial problems people face. They don't teach budgeting. They don't help you understand your spending or help you create sustainable systems. Real financial progress requires understanding your income and expenses, creating a realistic plan, and building systems that work with your life. Reason 5. The math doesn't work. For most Americans, housing is the single largest monthly expense. The median mortgage payment in the United States is currently around $2,800 per month, but that's just the mortgage itself. Home ownership comes with additional costs that many people underestimate. The hidden costs of home ownership, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs average an additional $1,500 per month. That means the true cost of owning a home is over $4,300 per month for the median homeowner. Financial experts recommend spending no more than 30% of your pre-tax income on housing. That's the threshold where housing is considered affordable. But let's do the math. If you're paying $2,000 a month in rent and earning $50,000 a year, that's $24,000 annually on housing, or 48% of your gross income, before taxes, before anything else. You're already spending nearly half your income just to keep a roof over your head. And if you're in a high-cost city, the numbers get worse. When your largest expense already exceeds recommended levels, there's simply no margin for saving. Then comes student loans, averaging $300 to $700 monthly. Credit cards with 18 to 24% interest rates. And the frustrating part? Because of how loan interest works, a significant portion of each payment goes toward interest rather than reducing the principal balance. So you're not just paying money, you're paying money that doesn't even eliminate the debt. It's servicing the loan. Each payment is money that can't be saved. And here's the trap. As income rises, expenses rise to match it. You get a raise, you move to a nicer place, upgrade your lifestyle. Your spending scales with your salary, and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher number. The savings gap never appears because lifestyle inflation consumes it. If saving money has felt impossible for you, you're not failing. You're dealing with real structural barriers. You're operating in a system that makes saving extremely difficult for anyone without significant financial margin.